we provide services to. Each year we hold a vigil to help raise awareness in the community about domestic violence. And this is part of the National Domestic Violence Awareness Month activity. The national activities have been going on for 23 years, and we've been a part of that for many, many years now. So we're excited every October to bring the information to the communities. When we talk about the national domestic violence awareness, we can talk about those big statistics that happen in the big cities and things, but I think it's important to bring it down to our level and to the statistics that have occurred in our community. Last year, the Crisis Service provided services to over 700 individuals, and we provided over 7,000 hours of direct service. When I say direct service, that might not mean a lot to you guys. To us, that means that is face-to-face time with individuals who are victims of physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. What the other parts of our job that we do is we answer our telephone, answer the door, and help link people to resources and information, other agencies that they may need assistance from, whether that's substance abuse or mental health or the local food pantry. We provide that information and referral assistance. We also assist a lot of people who are not clients of our agency with just options and safety measures and pamphlets and information. So besides the direct hours of service, we usually find ourselves pretty busy. We also provide the public education in the school districts and hopefully in the community at many places that we can be a part of to provide information on what is abuse, what do you do if it happens to you or to a family member. Because all of us are linked, whether it's through extended family, through our individual families or ourselves, through our neighbors, our families, our churches. We're all connected to the violence in our community somehow. So, great opportunity to be here tonight. We will make this pretty short, actually. And what I would like to do is ask Martha Daly, our Executive Director, to read a story that was written by a victim. We always like to include a victim statement or somehow include it in our presentation. So this is a story written by a victim.
I was afraid to speak up. You see, when I was only a little girl, my sister had this really great boyfriend. He was handsome, charming, and one of the best school athletes. He always treated me special, but he usually made my sister cry. I would overhear their phone conversations, but I didn't understand why she would cry. He was always so nice to me. It wasn't until that day in the fall when my parents were gone. My sister was talking to him, again, on the phone. She was crying, of course. She always did. Her tears made me feel so helpless and confused. I stayed near her so I could listen until suddenly my sister hung up the phone and shouted for me to get in the closet. She ran around the house and locked all the doors and the windows. She knelt down by me while I hid in the closet with my blanket and bear. She said, "Don't come out no matter what you hear." She shut the closet door. I didn't really understand, but then I could hear. It was him. He was knocking, no, pounding at the door. He was yelling, no, threatening my sister to let him in. That guy who was always so nice to me, I didn't understand, but felt the fear. I just had to look to see. What I saw was as frightening as what I imagined. I saw fighting. No, fighting takes two people. What I saw was this guy who I thought was so great, grabbing, shaking, and chasing my sister. They went from the kitchen to the living room and then outside. I watched through the window. I don't remember what made it stop. What I do remember is that my sister telling, no, begging me not to tell. So when my parents got home, I didn't say a word. My mom was concerned that I was coming down with something. I was so quiet. She took my temperature, made me lie down to rest because I was pale and weak. I was weak. I was scared to death and too afraid to speak up. Now, I wish I had been brave enough to speak up. You see, my sister married this sweet man. She spent many, many years caught in the cycle of violence. Through all my teen years, I often marveled at the new things he would buy for her. A new living room set, a dining set, a whole new wardrobe. Little did I know that he had utterly destroyed everything in one of his rages. My sister endured so much. I think that deep down I knew, but I didn't want to. It was easier to keep silent. It took bravery to speak up. It wasn't until she almost died in the ICU of the local hospital that she found the courage and the strength to leave him and the violence. It wasn't until I was an adult that I found the courage to speak up and say that I was truly sorry. I am sorry. Life is just too short and too precious to be trapped in violence. It takes amazing strength and courage to escape the cycle. For every victim, our sisters, our children, our neighbors, sons and daughters, I want to say that I will not be ashamed. I will not be bullied or intimidated. I will speak up and speak out with my words and my actions. I will do my very best to make sure that every victim has the opportunity for someone to be their voice and their strength. Leaving isn't easy. To all those who have been brave enough to leave, I want to say that I may not have all the answers. I don't have the money or the power to make it all okay. What I do have is my time, my support, and words of encouragement. I will give you everything that I have to help end the violence and the cycle. I will speak up, and I will not be afraid. Thank you. What we would like to do now is take this opportunity to say thank you to all of you for using your time and your energy to be here, to acknowledge those persons that have been abused. We always like to have a candlelight tribute to victims to show our support and our thoughts and our memories of them. And as part of our candlelight service, we like to listen to a song that we think is very meaningful to us. It's a song called I Wish You Peace by the